It's been 1 week since Vincent Battiloro allegedly hit and killed 2 girls with his SUV in Cranford on September 29th. Here's what we know so far. Maria Niotis and Isabella Salas were riding an e-bike on Burnside Avenue on Monday night. Isabella's dad said that they might have been heading to the family's house, which is on the same street. Around 5:30, prosecutors say that Vincent deliberately hit the girls with his Jeep. We identified him through the 15 tickets that were cited in his name following the crash, and some of those included leaving the scene of an accident, reckless driving, careless driving, and speeding. He had no license, no registration, and no insurance on him. One of the tickets says that he was going 70 miles an hour. Vincent is 17 years old. He's from Garwood, which is right next door to Cranford. Both girls were 17 years old, and they were just weeks into their senior years at high school. Maria's mom says she believed in making people feel beautiful and that she aspired to be a makeup artist. Isabella was known as a ray of sunshine. She loved performing arts, and she was part of her school's choir, an a cappella group, and drama club. Vincent was taken into custody after the crash, but he was released shortly after pending further investigation. He was charged with 2 counts of murder 2 days later. But what Vincent did in the period between sent shockwaves through the community. More on that in part 2.
What Vincent Battiloro did between allegedly mowing down 2 girls in Cranford, taking both their lives on Monday, September 29th, and his arrest on Wednesday, October 1st, sent shockwaves across New Jersey and across the internet.
Now I'm really thinking if I should really do this.
In that time, he went live twice on his YouTube channel, advertising the live stream to his 40,000 followers on TikTok. Around 10:30 the night after the crash that killed Maria Niotis and Isabella Salas, Battiloro sat on a couch in a dark room and calmly talked to the camera in a gaming platform live stream. As he spoke, the chat broke down into chaos, with people in the live chat asking him if he planned to stream from jail and calling him a killer. For more than 10 minutes of the beginning of the stream, he chastises and at some points even taunts people in the chat.
The more you guys engage in the chat, the more you give me engagement, and I get paid for YouTube.
Then he turns off the chat function and begins to talk about the crash, how he's a victim too, and mental health. He also talks about his family, and more specifically, he could be referring to his family members in law enforcement.
You're opening up Pandora's box, getting family involved.
On the same night, Battiloro goes live a second time. This time it's short. He ends the live after someone leaves an address in his live chat that gets him visibly upset. Over the last couple years, Battiloro appeared to host many gaming live streams where he'd not only talk about the game he was playing, but also what was going on in his life. He talks about Maria, one of the victims, in more than one stream, and he speaks of her with disdain.
Maria doesn't like to do that. She likes to eat fat and be a pig.
In one stream, he talks about his need for vengeance against Maria for accusing him of sending pornography. Maria's mother had words for Battiloro following the crash, calling him a coward of a man in a statement that she gave. More on the porn accusations and allegations of Battiloro stalking Maria in part 3 of our series.
Was the teen accused of killing 2 girls in Cranford stalking one of them and making AI porn of his classmates? Since the September 29th crash that killed Maria Niotis and Isabella Salas, we've learned about other accusations against Vincent Battiloro. They involve stalking and child pornography. Quick disclaimer here, this investigation involves 17-year-olds and school discipline that spilled over into a criminal case and 2 very public deaths. That means a lot of the records will remain sealed unless Battiloro was tried as an adult. But what we do have are the suspect's YouTube live streams where he insists he was the victim of false child porn allegations and plotted his vengeance against Maria, the same girl killed in the crash.
You should not have accused me of sending porn, and you should not have dragged me into creating a police report. You made a bad decision, making a bad name of myself.
Battiloro denied the accusations, but in a May live stream, he told the chat he was in some big legal trouble.
I got a bunch of allegations being handed to me of crazy stuff I will deny. Cops got involved, and the school got involved in this, and somehow they're believing this crap, so they suspended me basically indefinitely.
Classmates and neighbors told NJ.com Battiloro sent around nude photos of girls from school, either real or AI generated, we don't know at this point, and threatened to spread photos of Maria. In one Instagram DM a neighbor showed us, Battiloro appears to threaten a boy Maria was dating. Here's a look at part of that exchange. "Tell her it's nudes time," one message says. And those stalking accusations, there's a lot of talk in Cranford and online that Battiloro was following Maria's every move. We spoke to her grandmother, who told us straight up this kid was stalking Maria. She told NJ.com Maria's mother went to the cops multiple times over this. After the crash, the girls' families gave a statement to the media saying they believe this was a targeted attack, one he may have been planning for months. And that begs the question, was this tragedy preventable? In part 4 of our series, we ask, did Vincent Battiloro get special treatment from cops?
Did Vincent Battiloro get special treatment from cops before, during, or after the crash that killed Maria Niotis and Isabella Salas? That seems to be the question on everyone's minds as we keep uncovering more information on Vincent's live streams and his connection to the police. Did the cops know about the stalking accusations? And what about the child porn accusations? Here's what we know. Vincent Battiloro was taken into custody after the crash on September 29th, but after he was questioned, he was free to leave. And this infuriated a lot of people because he then went home and openly discussed the crash on his YouTube livestream and to his 40,000 TikTok followers. Those live streams were wiped on October 3rd. He wasn't arrested until Wednesday morning, but former Cranford Police Chief Ryan Greco told one of our reporters he believes cops definitely had enough to charge him that night. The former police chief said it's likely cops ran the license plate of Vincent's car and knew he had a history of harassment complaints filed by Maria's family. Maria's family said they went to Cranford Police 3 times to report stalking by Battiloro before the crash. Some people in the community think that Vincent's relationship to the police played a role in what they believe was special treatment. Vincent's uncle is the Westfield police chief and his dad's a retired cop. So what happens next? Municipal court records show that Vincent turns 18 in November, and a lot of people are wondering if he's going to be tried as an adult. In New Jersey, juveniles charged with serious crimes can be waived into adult court under specific circumstances. And if that happens, that could mean much larger consequences. In adult court, he could face life imprisonment with a mandatory minimum of 30 years without parole. As of right now, the case is in juvenile court, but New Jersey and the rest of the country will be watching closely to see what happens.